Okay, let's be real for a second. The term artificial intelligence gets thrown around so much it can feel like this big, confusing buzzword, right? Well, over the next few minutes, we're going to change all that. We are going to turn AI from an idea into a really practical, powerful tool you can use at work, like today. Let's make AI work for you.
So first thing I want you to do is think about your week. What is that one task on your plate right now that you just wish you could hand off to someone else? You know the one. Maybe it's trying to get your inbox under control or just staring at a to-do list that feels like it's a mile long. Just get that one task in your head.
Because what if I told you you could delegate it? That's really the big promise of AI. It's not about adding something else you have to learn. It's about clearing off those time-sucking tasks so you can actually focus on the parts of your job you really enjoy.
But how does it actually do that? To really get the most out of these tools, it helps to understand a little bit about how they think. And don't worry, we're going to keep this super simple, no confusing tech jargon, I promise. It all starts with the brain of the whole operation, the AI model.
So an AI model is, simply put, a computer program that's been trained on a massive, and I mean massive, amount of data. By learning from all that info, it gets really good at making predictions, recommending things, or even helping you make decisions. Imagine a student who hasn't just read a couple of books, but has read basically the entire internet. That's kind of the scale we're talking about here.
You know, this whole learning process is a lot like a chef trying to create the perfect recipe. The first attempt? That's just one data point. From there, they learn. Needs more salt. Or, whoa, way too spicy. Each little tweak adds more data, more learnings, and they just keep refining the dish over and over until it's absolutely perfect. That learning process is exactly how an AI model gets smarter.
Now, here's where it gets really cool. What happens when that chef has learned from thousands of recipes? They've got enough knowledge to invent something totally new, right? Like the cronut. Well, when an AI model learns from a huge amount of data, it can do the exact same thing. It can create brand new stuff, like writing a blog post, building a budget, or even analyzing a photo. That creative power? That's what we call generative AI.
Okay, so now we get the what. Let's talk about the how. How do we actually talk to an AI to get it to do what we want? Well, it all comes down to one single crucial skill: crafting the perfect prompt.
Think about it like asking for directions. If someone just tells you, make a left, then another left, and then a right, you're probably going to get lost. But if they say, make a left on Main Street at the gas station, go for 2 blocks, you'll get there no problem. Prompting an AI is exactly the same. The more specific and detailed you are, the better your results are going to be.
So, what's the recipe for a great prompt? It really boils down to these 5 key ingredients. You need to define the task, give the AI a persona, specify the format, provide all the necessary context, and if you can, give it a reference or an example. Let's actually build one together right now, and we'll focus on those first 4 to get us started.
Okay, let's build one. First up, we define the task. We want to write an intro email for a new floral business. Simple and clear.
Next, we give it a persona. We're going to tell it, act as an expert email marketer. This basically tells the AI which hat to wear and what kind of expertise it should be drawing from.
Now, let's control the format. We'll ask for 500 words max, a friendly tone, and throw in some bullet points. This makes sure the output is structured exactly how we want it.
And finally, maybe the most important part, context. We'll tell it that we source our flowers locally and do custom work. The more specific context you give it, the more tailored and useful the result is going to be.
Now hold on. Before we talk about refining that result, there is one golden rule you have to follow. AI can sometimes just get things wrong. It can even make stuff up or hallucinate facts. So you have to be the final checkpoint. Always use a human in the loop. Review, check, and verify whatever the AI gives you before you use it. So you've written your perfect prompt. You've got a result back. You're done, right? Well, not quite. The real magic of AI happens next, when you stop treating it like a single command and start treating it more like a conversation.
I mean, think about it. The Eiffel Tower wasn't built in a day, and your best work with AI isn't going to come from just one prompt. Think of that first output you get as a rough sketch. The next step is to experiment with it, refine it, and polish it until it's exactly what you need. And there are 2 main ways to have this AI conversation. Imagine you're at a hardware store. Iteration is when you refine one request. You'd say, hey, can you explain how to fix this leaky faucet again? But explain it to me like I'm a total beginner. But prompt chaining is when you build on the last answer to start a new task, like saying, okay, great,
Now that I know the steps, what specific tools am I going to need? See the difference? One refines the answer, the other moves the project forward.
So think of iteration as your fine-tuning toolkit. Is that first draft pretty good, but just not perfect? Iterate. Ask it to be shorter. Ask it to change its tone from professional to super casual, or add a new constraint, like a budget. You're basically just polishing that first result.
Prompt chaining, on the other hand, that's for your big projects. You can use it to guide the AI through a whole workflow. First, you ask it to brainstorm some solutions. Next, you ask it to compare those options. And finally, you have it turn the best idea into a full-blown action plan. You're taking the AI on a journey, from a fuzzy idea to a solid plan.
So there you have it. You've got the framework now. You know how to give clear instructions, and you know how to have a conversation to refine those results. You have the tools to turn AI into your own personal assistant. So the only question left is the same one we started with. What task are you going to delegate first?